we get a lot of questions about percentages when an agent is representing an artist. And if you want to set the table, Chase, typically what kind of rates can an independent artist expect? And then I can talk about how we work and what's entailed in pitching an artist song.
Definitely. So similar to the typical, standard old guard publishing industry, most everything in the sync field is split 50-50. The main difference with that between sync and your typical publisher and your typical publishing deal is that with most of, especially your bigger publishing entities, the deals involve signing over the publishing rights in totality to that publisher most often. Whereas in sync licensing, most sync agents are pitching their artists on an exclusive basis. However, the artists are retaining all of their own copyright and they're getting all of the back-end royalties most often.
100%. And, the sliding scale with independent artists, if you're a signed artist, the typical deal would be as an agent, they get 20%. However, the caveat is, being a frontline artist, they yield and command higher sync fees. So 20% of a greater number, it works out. With independent artists, there's a lot of marketing involved. If you look at our IG page, we're all about creating extra looks for the artists, because when I started in 2002, we didn't have IG or SoundCloud. But now there's multiple different touch points in which supervisors, showrunners can consume and check out an artist's music. So we have a featured artist, featured song of the week. And through this podcast, being able to interview our artists, provide behind the scenes. And so these are all additional touch points for marketing and promotion that we utilize, taking my experience being at Capitol in the 90s. So that's integral into what we do. So we start at 50-50. And if we're working in an independent artist who has a team behind them, and that's critical. So if we know an indie artist has their PR machine, they've got videos, what are the additional tools, what are the additional looks and potential demand that might be generated? So when we pitch their songs, an artist is like, yeah, I heard them on the radio. I saw them headlining an opening for a major artist. So there's built-in demand for an indie artist there. So that's sort of the lay of the land with pitching and how that can impact what rate Blue Buddha negotiates.